It's time to share. It's time to share. I say it's time to share. It's time to share. Faster. It's time to share. It's time to share. It's time. Oh, it's
be still, salsa. What's up, guys?
What's
it's your
up?
girl, Nastashi Lewis.
It's Ramsey Rizard, and we are so excited because tonight, let's talk about a panel discussions about what, Stashi?
Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all what it's about.
What it's about?
You tell them.
Dating with
Children.
wow.
Dating with, let me get closer.
Get closer.
Dating with children.
Let me say it again. Dating with children.
Let me say it in slow motion. Dating with children.
That was in slow motion, Stashi. That was trap.
That was trap?
Yes.
Hey! Stop. You know I'm about that live.
Listen, come on. Y'all better listen. Like, comment, and what, Stashi?
Share and subscribe.
Come
on,
on.
guys. Bring people in. This thing about to be lit.
Hey, this conversation.
Dating with children.
Come on.
Everybody needs to hear this because that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
You got to be intentional about the next person that you're getting ready to date.
I know that's right.
Especially during these times.
Okay? And most times, if you have children, you probably already feel like you made a few mistakes in your past, and you definitely don't want to relive them.
Listen, I know you got a homegirl right now who needs to hear this message, and you better tag them. I'm looking at you right now.
I know that's
you
right.
You better tag them.
With that bonnet on.
Come on.
You also, if you got a homeboy right now, and y'all done just hoop.
Come on.
Come on in. Come on in the room.
Come on. We got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Listen, if you have not liked, comment, subscribe, if you have not followed, listen, you're gonna start missing these amazing Let's Talk About It panel discussions.
Because this stuff is what we need to hear.
Come on.
People be talking about feathers.
Come on.
No, we need to talk about something real.
Come on, something
Dating
real.
with children.
Yes, this is TKC. We're all about following God, loving people, and changing the city. And this is how we change the city, by answering the needs of the city.
I know that's right, and that's how you know we love you.
Yeah, come on, man. This culture needs this message. This culture needs these perspective. And trust me, me and Stashi, we about to turn up.
All day long.
All day long.
Gang, gang.
So we got 30 seconds left.
Come on, y'all.
Are you ready?
Let's get into it.
Let's roll.
Let's talk
It's
about
time to go. Let's talk about it, dating with children. Hey, we in the building. Yo!
What's up, y'all? What's up, guys? It's your girl, Nastashi Lewis.
What's up? It's Ramsey Rizard, and it is all about Let's Talk About It panel discussion, dating with children.
Woo! This thing finna be lit.
Oh, it's about to be real transparent.
Go tell your friends to get on here so you can let them know, okay? Because let's talk about it.
I don't think y'all ready for this conversation. Because I remember when I was getting ready to date.
Why are you talking like Dr. King?
Oh, because, you know, I was just feeling
so passionate.
Did you not feel that?
No.
I mean, it's a serious conversation, Stachi. Listen, put in the comments right now if you're excited about what you're getting ready to listen.
I know I am. Dating with children, that thing is real.
Listen.
Just like my hair, it's human.
You know, I hear some guys talk about them fall in love with a woman who got 5 kids, and then you got a guy who's complaining that he met a girl with 1 kid.
Right. Or you find people who don't want to date nobody with kids.
Some people just don't want to talk about it.
But we gonna talk about it tonight.
We gonna talk about it. And to let y'all know, we got the guests here. They are ready to talk about the transparency of their experience. So let's go ahead and welcome these amazing guests. Who we gonna start off with, Stashi?
Who you with? I'm just kidding.
Who is starting off
We're
with?
going to start off with our handsome gentleman. We're going to start off with this panel. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. Now, we don't want nobody to freestyle rap. You're just going to say your name and let us know who you are. We want to see your face in the place. All right, go ahead, sir.
Hey, my name is Joel.
Can you say that one more time?
Joel.
Everybody say smooth.
Smooth.
And your name, sir?
Richard.
All right, Richard.
Hey everybody, I'm Don.
All right.
Everyone, hi. My name's Lucky Raphael.
All right, first and last name.
Wow, first and last
Government.
name. All right, you got the fellas to the left, but we got the ladies to the right.
Beautiful ladies.
Introduce yourself with this conversation, dating with children.
Hi, everyone. My name is Derby, like the Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
Yes.
Derby, Kentucky Derby.
Come on, you got your hat on.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Becca.
Hi, Becca.
And these are all the guests that's going to be sharing their experience about dating with children. Now, Stashi,
Yes.
this is the number one question.
Okay.
I want to open this thing up with.
Come on, open this thing up.
Is it really difficult dating someone with children?
Come on, let's ask our ladies first.
Okay, let's take it over to, let's start with Derby, because Derby look like she got a lot
Come
to
on,
say.
Derby.
Come on, Derby, preach your sermon in this topic.
The question is it difficult dating someone with children?
Tell us.
She would have to be either incarcerated or deceased, because these people be tripping. Like, they're crazy. Nowadays, yes. It's over and beyond. Too much.
What about you, Tiff?
The drama. There's drama behind dating someone with children.
I love dating people with kids because for me, I think that someone who has a kid or children understands parenting in a different way. So yeah, there's absolutely challenges, 100%, but I prefer to date someone with a child.
Okay. So, Tiffany, can you elaborate on what you mean there's drama? Girl, we want all the tea.
Because did you hear how she dropped that note in that D? Drama.
For instance, let me give you an example. A lot of women are not mature enough to have their children's father date another woman. So therefore, it brings problems into your relationship with that man. If a man is not mature enough to make sure that they're having their children's mother respect their relationship, it causes confusion between the person that they're dating and their children's mother. So therefore, when you start dating a man that possibly, if he knows potentially there's going to be drama, he probably should address that with you maybe within the first week or two. And the problem comes from women don't want to let go of their children's father. Even though the relationship has ended, it could be years down the line. It still brings drama.
Okay.
She just dropped the mic.
Okay,
That was
drop
the
it.
whole show.
Y'all ready?
Huh?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. That was the whole show. Good Lord, Tiffany. My goodness, but she's not lying, Stashi.
I know that's right.
Some of these women are still attached to the baby father.
And some of these baby fathers still attached to the women.
They should be letting each other go.
Thank you.
Because there's another person on the other side waiting to find love.
Thank you.
Man, we got to ask these guys.
I can hear the
'Cause,
violin when you talk.
I'm telling you, Tiffany got this thing hot.
Come on.
Woo,
All
caliente.
All right. Woo. So, Joel,
Come on, let's talk to Joel.
how do you feel about this topic?
I feel it depends on the situation. Every situation is different. I think it can be challenging depending on what type of individuals that's involved. I mean, either for the female or for the male side. So I think it's just maturity, but it definitely can be challenging.
What do you mean by challenge, Joel? You got you speaking in broad terms. We need some details.
Well,
What do you mean
when you date
by drop?
when you dating someone that potentially has a kid, you're not only dating the individual, it's the baby father or the mom that deal with it. So if I meet a woman and she has a 2-year-old and the father is still around, so you have to have, he might feel a certain way about somebody being around his kid, between the ages of 2 to 5. That can be challenging. I dealt with that before. Like, the dude broke up with his baby mom, and he didn't want nobody around his kid. So that's drama in itself. You know, you might have to exchange words with him, or altercation, or you got to respect.
And it
what's
ain't
going
worth
on.
dying for.
No, it ain't worth dying
It's not
for.
did y'all hear that?
Yeah, it ain't
Joelle
worth
said
dying
it's
for.
not worth dying for.
Especially if she got a baby father that's more in the street. You know, he
Oh, a hood one.
Yeah, I would say hood. He might, in the hood.
So he's not in the church.
Yeah, he ain't in the church. You might have
He
to keep,
hood. He church hood.
Yeah, you might have to ride with your father. Stay home. You know what I'm saying? It might be some heat in the street. Yeah, he might live through his baby mama. He might have everything in her name, cars. Because he do things. He get his money another way, so he lived through her. So that's a bad situation to be in for the opposite dude.
But that's a good thing you're saying, Joelle, because some women are still in a relationship where the guy is still using them.
Yes, sir.
And they use the children to hold them from positioning themselves of dating someone who would come in and take care of these children and love them the same way the father would.
Yeah.
Right.
But let's move on. We got to move on because LA Fitness is ready to talk.
He been over there.
Come on.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. I know for me, as a father of a little girl, like before I had a baby, I didn't want to date nobody with kids. That's how I felt. That was my standard. If you basically you was a good woman and you had kids, I don't care about none of that. We're not going no further than whatever. But now that I have my daughter, it opened my eyes a little bit. I see things different. But I'm one of those dudes, man. Like, you're not finna be on my baby if you date my baby mama. I'm not.
Did y'all see his whole posture change?
Shoulder bag.
Listen, you almost thought he was doing a shoulder workout in the gym.
Okay.
Huh?
Get the needle and thread.
Come on. Oh, my goodness.
I saw that. He was serious about his baby.
No, he was
He
serious.
said you're not finna be on
See,
me.
but that's why I like this topic, Stashi, because the world will talk about it, but the church won't talk about it.
Right.
Because you got some of these thinking a certain way, coming in church, lifting their hands, and still being dirty at home.
Right. It's a lot of that. Come on. That's why we had to talk about it.
Come on, let's talk about it.
Thank you for sharing that. Don, how do you feel about it?
It could be either way. It could go either way. It could be really challenging. It could be real rewarding. It could be real fulfilling. I think we as adults, we have a responsibility, and we got to check to see how the dynamics are between the mother. Since I'm a guy, be dating a woman, we got to check the dynamics between the mother and the child, and the mother and the children's father. We got to make sure that she's setting the boundaries, because that's what tends to happen. There are no boundaries between the dad and the mother of the children. So it's like, if you need help from the dad, there's boundaries that aren't respected, and there are lines that are going to be crossed in order for the kids to get what they want. And I feel like that's something I would have to look out for. I would have to study before I get into a committed relationship with a woman that has children. I have to sit back and study all those things, because if I do, I can avoid potential headaches down the line.
Come on, headaches.
See, Don, I love that because you're a man of direction. And I think you're displaying something really nice right now. You're showing every man out there that if you're going to pursue a woman with a child, like every man should have, is strategy, Stashi.
Come on.
You can't be walking into people's life and not have any strategy.
Right. For real. Go up in there trying to discipline their kids. And, what?
Because, Stashi, you got a daughter, right?
Yes.
You want a man to walk in with a strategy on how he's going to love you and choose your daughter.
Correct, because his game got to be tight for both of us.
Tight.
Because it's a 2-for-1 special.
Like this generation skinny jeans type.
Oh, yeah, it has to be. It has to be partially because I've trained my daughter.
Wow.
This is what we accept. This is what we don't.
Because it's amazing how your daughter could marry the same man that you are connected to.
Okay. Come on. That's why I haven't dated. Because I'm scared for my baby.
Wow.
Look.
Now, I have a different perspective on this. I believe it depends on the challenge, because there are two types of challenge. You have the good challenges, and you have those bad challenges. So let me first focus on the bad challenge. Bad challenge is when you see a woman, you see she has crazy baby daddy or baby daddies, and she has some crazy kids. That's a bad challenge.
Hold on,
So you
Lucky,
wanna-
Lucky, wait. Did you say, did he say
Be
baby
real.
daddy or baby daddies?
I'm still
Yes.
on the crazy kids because it's some bad kids.
Yes, that is correct. Because sometimes you may meet her and she only tells you she got one kid, one baby daddy, until you go to the house and you see multiple kids and you wondering, I thought you just told me one kid, now I'm dealing with three, and that's a little too much of a situation. And so you have to decide if she's really worth the challenge. Now, there are some situations where you can meet a woman, she can cook, she can click, and she have good credit, over 500. And she's worth it. So you decide, I know it's not perfect, but I'm willing to put up with the challenge. I know she may have some situations, but I'm willing to put up with the challenge. Because what happens is, sometimes there are some things you are willing to fight for. And a real man is willing to fight for. The reason I'm saying that, because I remember when I first, my father, my stepfather, he saw us with 2 kids. We didn't have a real father. He took on that challenge. He took on that challenge because he said, I love this woman so much, I'd rather deal with these kids, I don't know. I'd rather deal with these kids who
So
go
your
back talk to me.
your mama had good credit.
Yeah, my mama had good credit too. Yeah, mama, if you watching, I know she's got good credit. Don't try to mess it up, but that's another story, another day.
You see, now that's key though. Lucky was exposed to good credit.
Come on.
So Lucky said his good challenge, as long as she got good credit, I could deal with that stress.
I know that.
So y'all hear that? Put that, as long as she got good credit, all the fellas, you can deal with that stress. Over 500.
Now, it's not
Y'all
it's
pick
not
up the
just
mic,
credit
pick up the
only
mic,
though.
pick up
It's
the
not
mic.
just only credit. Because sometimes that credit can be because you pay your credit card on time. Sometimes that credit could be other things. Because I know some people who have good credit but can't keep money in the bank account. So what I'm trying to say is you have to look at the overall picture of it. So don't just decide that one thing, because some women are willing to fight for it. I've seen some women you say, well, you know, her kid's not that bad. They may be a little crazy, but I can deal with her. Her kids are not that bad, because the reason why it is because you see something in her, you don't see something in somebody else. But there are some guys who are willing to put up with it. And there are sometimes you gotta say, you know what, I better single by myself than to deal with this drama. But
Well, like Fantasia say, sometimes you gotta lose to win. Again.
Is she gonna let me use that credit though? That's the thing.
See, he talked like a freestyle rapper. We gotta watch this guy. What you said, Richard?
I'm gonna deal with the challenges. Is she gonna let me use the credit?
Oh, he trying to get the credit too.
He said the credit.
Ladies, you gotta watch that kind. You were saying something, brother?
No, that was a good transition to that next part that we get ready to
What,
ask.
ladies? I have a question for you guys, and then I'm gonna ask the same question to you because it pertains to both. People just don't know it, and I know it because it was pertinent to my life. Would you date a man on child support? Everybody say,
Hold on, Stasha. Them comments going crazy right now.
Again, I say, would you date a man on child support, or men, would you date a woman on child support?
I'm just gonna look at the camera.
Come on. Oh, but it happens. It happened to me. Would you, yeah.
Go ahead, Tiff. Tiff ready.
I would date a man on child support because for me, it said something about who he is as a man.
Okay.
As long as he has enough income to still be able to maintain and take me out and help me out when I need help. Also, if, for instance, if he needs to create another income to be able to still provide and be able to assist to the household, I don't have a problem with that. But I will not date a man with a newborn. That's I'm sorry. For the next 18 years, I don't want to have to be responsible for that. And the reason being is that I have older children. I have a 20-year-old and a 14-year-old. So I don't want that money coming out of my household for the next 18 years. So I do have an age cap on a man paying child support.
You have a strategy, Brenda.
Yes.
I love the way she flipped that thing into business. She said, love you secondary, business is primary.
Come on.
I like that, because a lot of people don't know within those 18 years, that could be over $200,000 that miss your house.
Yeah. Come on, math.
Yeah, I had to calculate that thing.
Better tell
You know, us ball folks, we look at numbers every day, so
yeah?
that's what it is.
Derby, what about you?
I've dated a guy on child support. It wasn't that bad, but I'm just saying you need to be at the level where you're able to get a passport. If you can't get a passport, then it's just not good enough.
Wait, she said passport?
Yeah, because
Where
if
y'all
you
going, to
owe
Mexico,
us-
Jamaica?
If you owe a certain amount in child support, they will not give you a passport.
So she thinking about her vacation.
You need to have
She
license.
say, don't mess up my vacation.
Yeah, you need to be able
So a
to
driver's
drive
license.
a car.
So you can't, if you want child support, you can't get a driver license?
Well, if you're delinquent, they'll, cancel it.
That's why, if you want child support, you should be out there voting for people who trying to be against that, who can help you at least get a driver license if you actually taking care of your responsibility.
Correct. Because some people be hustling.
And passport at that.
Right, can't go nowhere.
That's their last name, can't go
U.S.
nowhere.
territories only.
Wow.
It
What about
is.
you? What about you, Becca? Talk to us.
Listen, it makes me mad when women say that they would not date somebody who is on child support. Because here's the thing, like, that is their child, and they're supposed to take care of their kid. And if I am connected to them, then I'm going to take care of your kid too. So I just don't understand that. I mean, ideally, we wouldn't even have to have the court, right? Like, ideally, that would be great, to not have the court involved at all and to be able to just take care of the kid and be able to do that, or the children or whatever. But if I was with somebody and they said, oh, no, she's just, my baby mom's just going to take the money and use it on herself, whatever, I don't care about any of that. Are we taking care of the kid, So I just can't get with these females that are like, oh, no, I'm not doing it. Now, he needs to be ambitious enough to still be able to pay his rent on top of that. Like, don't be coming to me, like, trying to stay with me when we're not married, right? But, like, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
That means at the end of the day, all three of y'all are saying, handle your business.
Talk about it. Uh-oh.
Did you hear Lucky chuckle?
Let's start with Luck.
Lucky got something to say.
Come on,
Yeah,
Luck.
I got something to say. I'm going to try to be calm. I told Stasha I'm going to try to behave tonight because I have a problem with a woman paying child support. This is my belief. First of all, when you're paying child support, it's called child support, not child supporting. What I'm trying to say is some point that you only can go so far, because when you're supporting, I feel like as a man, you should not ask for a woman for child support. You should be able to say, you know what, I'm going to be a step up and help out. Now, there are situations, I understand that. But for a woman to pay child support, that means that the money's not coming out of her pocket. It's coming out of my pocket. If I work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, I don't want to spend my $500 paycheck on somebody else, brother. So I could pay him child support.
Hold on, Lucky. Hold on.
Now, I would have a problem with that every time I see a man. Hold on, let me finish. I would have a problem with that every time I see him come and get child support. I'm like, bro, that money coming out of my pocket. I work too hard for this money. You better get yourself a job and leave my lady alone, because she ain't paying no more child support. Now, you can get some of this food stamp, but you ain't get my money. That's what I'm saying. Carry on.
Wait, Lucky, wait. Hold on now, Lucky. This is a two-way street, okay? If you working 3 jobs to take care of these kids, and she denies and rejects these kids, and she's making $100,000 a year, and you taking care of these kids, she needs to be able to pay that child support, because that is your child, and she needs to support that child. That is just, and I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, the man is the type of person that they are built to bring security and to provide. But we're talking about dating with children. On the flip side, if you working 3 jobs and she making $100,000 and she deny that child and reject, best believe you're gonna be in court. We're gonna be seeing Judge Judy on TV talking about she missed all her payments, because you need to get paid.
Well, that's a good point, and that way I'll be like, hey, baby, let's make it work. Don't take me to the court. We're going to make it work. Whatever I got to do, I'll make it work.
I'll take you to court.
If you want me to be a stay-home
take you
dad,
to
I'll
court.
be a stay-home dad while you work, and then that way we won't have to avoid child support. I know some guys have done that. They don't like the woman, they don't like the relationship, but they stay because they didn't want to pay child support. And I respect a brother for that, because he was willing to make it work.
Lucky, that's called strategy, Lucky. That's called
That's a strategy. He said, before I pay, let the government pay my child support, which is actually, 60%, I am going to go ahead and try to make this relationship work, because I don't want that money come out my check. That's a lot of money. I've never paid child support, and I pray I don't have to, but I see my brothers, and I feel for brothers when I see that. I'm like, that's a lot of money come out your check, bro. You can't even buy a Snickers bar to eat because you ain't got no money left after child support. Right. That's just my little.
No, I respect it. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about this discussion, right?
It is. Everybody's story is different. Everybody. Yes, things happen differently, because like I said, I was put on child support when I got divorced. And I was like, what? Women can be on child support who are taking care of the child? But the mindset is, the reason that they did it is because they said they have to make sure that the child is able to eat when it's with the father. So yeah, that was rough.
Did you see my face, Tashi?
That was rough. That was rough. Yeah. But God came on in and switched that thing up.
He's the God of switch up.
What? That's why I switched my hair to this day.
Ain't that right, Till?
Switched it up and I did not have to pay. And I was like, thank you, God.
Don, you holding that mic like you the next president. Talk to us.
Well, I mean, I think I have a different perspective on child support. And I'm speaking from somebody who pays I'm speaking as somebody who pays child support. And I've come to learn that a lot of people have a negative view of child support, like it has a negative connotation, and it doesn't have to. Some people put themselves on child support because it guarantees them their rights to their child. There are rights that you wouldn't have if you're not paying child support and it's not being documented. And you can't count on the other parent to testify that you've been paying child support. You could be supporting that child, but because of the fact that you were doing it verbally or whatever, or there's no paper trail, there's no proof, and that person won't defend you. As a matter of fact, they could come and lie and say that you didn't do it. Me, I don't let child support make me afraid. So if I were dating somebody who was paying child support, I wouldn't be scared. I wouldn't be worrying about money. Because if they're a believer like I am, I'm going to be trusting that they're praying that God will make a way for the money to come. When I had to commit to paying child support, I made a prayer to God, and I'm like, these children are my responsibility, and you gave them to me to take care of one way, shape, or form. In one way or another, I got to take care of them. And I call you provider, and I'm just going to have to trust that you will provide every time that payment is due. And so far, he's been good. So if I'm with a woman and she's paying child support and she's on top of it, I have nothing but respect for that. And if she needs my help, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to help her, because if I say I love her and I want to be with her, I'm willing to inherit all the good things about her, and I'm willing to inherit all the bad things. And it's a two-way street. She's going to have to inherit all the good things about me and all the bad things about me. And the same way she's going to need and depend on my support on her end, I'm hoping that I can have her support too. So if I demand that she supports me, if we're doing this, splitting this financial thing 50-50, let's do it 50-50. Let's support one another. So if we're both believers, I don't necessarily think that this is something we have to be afraid of, especially if she's being responsible. She's doing the responsible thing. She's meeting her obligations and paying. I applaud that. And if she needs help and I got her, I will. I'll help her. And that's just how I see it.
Derby, what would you say with what Don was just talking about? Because I want to hear your feedback on his responsibility of child support, putting himself on child support, making sure that every fund or every transaction is actually being held accountable through paper legally to ensure that the child is getting what the child needs. How do you feel about that, to hear a guy talk about that?
That's smart. That's the smartest thing a guy can do, because honestly, the law is never on the man's side, ever. You can walk into a courthouse, you could be buying shoes, diapers since the day the child was birthed, and you walk in and say, he ain't did nothing for me or my child, etc., and you have no paper trail, so it's your word against hers, and it's never in the man's favor. So I applaud any guy that walks downtown and say, hey, put me on child support, please. Your minimum balance is going to be $50 anyway. I mean.
But I like what you said, though, because I think you're going to go viral after this, because you said it. The law is not on the man's side anyway. So, you see Lucky just shook his head. Yes. He said, yes, sir. So that's a good point. Let's go to LA Fitness with that same question.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. I've never had to, deal with, child support or whatnot. I do what I do. My baby's good, and thank God blessed me with a good baby mother. So, yeah, but my only thing is, as a man, we're providers. I would want to take on that responsibility for my girl, because I love you. I don't want to see you as a woman paying child support. But that dude, he gonna have to see me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to see me. Every time you come collect, I'm gonna give that look like, bruh.
You soft.
Yeah, but you know.
How about you, Joel? He had to drink his water.
His name is not Joel.
Oh, Joel.
You think about Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
I know that boy Don gave a Barack response. I'm gonna call you Don Barack. Barack would respond to that. That one, boy. Ooh. But hey, I would put myself on child support. I mean, I guess it depends on the spouse. I mean, your BM or your kids. I've met women that dudes don't do anything. They don't put them on child support. I've met plenty of females told me that. You know, I mean, they financially stable, of course. You know, and they make their own money, so they take care of the whole heap. But I met women had dudes on child support and don't. So I guess it just depends on what agreement you and the other person make, and they work. Like, if it's a relationship thing. Somebody Don say, if I don't feel like our relationship is secure enough, and we on rocks about a lot of things, then I'm gonna put myself on child support. But if we had a good terms and we ended the relationship on good terms, then we should raise our kid on good terms. I don't think it's gonna be any shift. But if we was rocky, yeah, I'm gonna back myself up because I'm like, she might flip on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I have a question for you guys. Now, do all of you have kids? Do all of you have kids? Okay, you two have kids?
I have kids.
And all three of you have kids? This is a question that I think about all the time. When you find that spouse and you have kids, who are you going to put first coming into this relationship with kids? Are you going to put your husband or your wife first? Or are you going to put your kids first?
That's a good question, sis.
The Bible says what? Husband or wife. But how do you handle it when you were by yourself with your kids that whole time? And now stepdaddy is in the house or stepmama is in the house and your dynamic has shifted.
Especially if you've been loved before.
Okay.
Especially if you're not head over heels for this person.
Who do you want to answer that question first?
We can let one of the ladies answer it first, how they feel, and just be real with how you feel. You don't have to be holy art thou.
Go ahead,
Say
Till.
what you feel. We love you, Jesus.
So for me, you have to actually find a balance. Going into that marriage, eventually, yes, my husband will come first, but coming into that new marriage or a new relationship that now we're going to take it serious, we probably should sit down and have a conversation with my daughter and my son to explain to them what we mean to each other. So they will understand that now this person is going to be incorporated in our life. And start with the biblical, start telling them, like, as a husband and wife, exactly what we're supposed to be as far as to each other. And that's just my take on it.
Now, Tip, with that being said, but what if your child that looks at your relationship has jealousy towards the relationship because that child still desires for their father to be with you? How do you manage that?
Okay, so my daughter, for instance, she's the only child that I have at home. She's 14, and she's a daddy's girl. And I noticed that even now, when she goes to visit her father, it's still a sense of jealousy when it comes to his wife. And they have been married now for 6 years. So time sometimes never changed that. It's just because she's a daddy's girl. And as far as with me, when it comes to a man, I think it probably would be, she might be a little jealous because it's always me and her. Everything is about me and her. We do everything together. That's my best friend. So it'll be like a lot of adjustments when it comes to incorporating him with me and my daughter.
Wow. Let's go to Becca. Girl.
This is a really hard one for me because I am I'm a rule follower, right? So when I read the Bible, I'm like, I am not one of those women who has trouble with submission. I think submission is beautiful, and so I have no issue with that. But when it comes to my baby, like, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will cut somebody. All right, like, I will cut somebody. I didn't cuss. All right, so I will cut somebody. All right. So I'm gonna tell you right now. So it's different when it comes to my baby, right? So one thing I've learned is, like, you got to be real careful who you connect yourself with, like what soul ties you have, what person you bring into your life. Because if you know, for a while, whenever I split up with my ex-husband, I kind of dated just for looks, right? Like just for looks or for fun or whatever. And I didn't bring him around my daughter, but I was like, I can't connect myself with you and trust you around my daughter or whatever, like if, you know, just because, like, there's no substance here, right? So I have to know that the person seeks God fully and completely for me to be able to trust them, to submit to them, right? So if they are fully seeking the Lord, then I believe that I can put him first. The only thing that I would say I absolutely would not do that is if I felt like the safety of my child was at risk, in which case there is no negotiation. But apart from that, like, my husband comes first.
Okay.
Derby, you next. You done said, yeah, you next, girl. The world is ready to hear what you got to say.
Come on, Derby.
So growing up Haitian, culturally, your husband comes first. But I think to counteract that, or to make it comfortable for the children, if he has a really good, solid relationship with the kids, then it doesn't make it as difficult putting him first. Or, you know, and it's not necessarily you putting anyone before your children, because, you know, but the relationship, if he has a relationship with the kids, it's like a million times easier. And that's just the complete, honest truth. Your kids don't feel away because they love them. He doesn't feel away because he loves your kids. And you don't feel away because everyone's happy.
What about you, Stashi?
Oh, that is so hard for me because I've been divorced for 13 years. London's 13. And I haven't had a boyfriend. It's just been my daughter and myself. And, you know, it could be 10 o'clock at night and she'd be like, Mommy, girl, let's go get some crab legs. And I'm like, okay. You know, it's just the bond that we have. That is hard for me. That's really gonna be hard for me. Even if he loves her and I love her and I love him, it's gonna be hard for me. She's 13, she's never seen, just this year, she was able to meet someone that I was interested in and that was interested in me just this year. So God is gonna have to help me because I'm not ready to put husband before my daughter. I'm just not ready yet because this is a rough age. She's 13. She's finding out who London is, and it's so many things going against children, seen and unseen. I don't want to create a bigger wedge for the enemy to come in and steal her identity. And so I just think I don't know. God knows best, but in my mind, she was like, Mama, just wait till I go to college. And I said, girl, you showing out. So for me right now, I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to say.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I'm single, because baby girl and I going through the cancer process with just having her there, that's hard. It's gonna be a minute.
I guess you're just being more intentional, because that's what it sounds like everybody's saying, is being more intentional about who you're bringing into that space that you share with your DNA.
Right.
And you don't want any virus to come in and to eliminate the relationship that you have with your child. Because that in the time we're living in today, you can't gamble, you can't take a risk.
You can't, which goes into our next question of, if you guys were dating someone and y'all were about to get married and you have children, would you get that person a background check done? A background check? Oh, yeah.
What's the ladies on fire?
What y'all think? How would y'all feel getting a background check, the men who are single and the lady has kids?
The police or something?
Not the popo.
Not the popo?
Not the popo.
Y'all can't mess with the police.
You know what's I think a dude worst feeling that has kids, and that's why you got to be careful what you had kids with, is seen a story where it was on the news where this guy, his ex-wife was married to another dude. Long story short, the kid was crying. He killed him. He killed his son, beat his son to death. I think the worst fear for a dude is for his kid to be. My fear would be the woman that I date, the type of man she chooses. I don't have a lot of faith in it because of what I've seen. So you're right. A background check. I need to know who around my kids. That's one reason why I didn't want to have multiple kids, multiple places, because it puts you in a bad predicament as a dude.
And you'll be broke. Talk about child
Yeah,
support.
you're gonna be broke, and
Right.
then you can't control what type of man that she's gonna date. You get what I'm saying? You don't know. This dude could be a molester. He could, your kids around. So that's the worst feeling in the world, for you to have kids out somewhere else and something happen with them out of your control. From your house, when they in your house and you with the woman that you have kids with, you control. But I can't, like Samson was up here speaking earlier. He had to let himself be at ease because he can't control where his BM is and where
Right.
his son at with the next dude. So I met dudes when I met women that had a son or something, you can see the sense of control, like being around. She like, I don't know how my baby father react because he has a sense of control. He's protective with his son based off things he went through in his childhood.
Right.
So he's hostile. So you have to know that. So a background check, I can understand somebody asking for that. You're around my kids, I want to know what to do. I'm like, who you got around my kids?
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna have a problem with both of you. I'm gonna check my BM. You know, she gonna have to. I'm gonna go there
BM
with you.
means baby mama.
Yeah,
Baby
baby
mama.
mama. I'm pretty sure.
Not
they know
bowel
that.
movement, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramsey,
I
He thought that.
Listen, girl, I was going through my text message T9 in my head. BM, Siri, tell me what BM means. She says, BM means baby mama. I said, okay. What about you, Don?
I have no problem with background checks, especially if it puts everybody at ease. I have nothing to hide, so I have nothing. But I do want to backtrack to what you asked the ladies earlier.
go ahead.
If I could say this, I feel like a lot of times as parents, when we leave the other parent and we move on, we have a tendency to replace the spouse with the child. So, like, imagine if you're a mom and you have a son. You don't call him a prince anymore. You call him my king. And because you call him your king, it starts to manifest that way. So it's like you're trying to move on, and you're trying to find your king, but the child steps in the way and said, you've made me your king. You already have a king. So there is no room for another king because I'm here.
Don, you preaching, Don.
And
we need to tell PD
that
he
creates
can preach
a
sermon on
problem.
Sunday.
Yeah. That's true.
That creates a problem. So we got to make sure that we condition the children. Even though that we're not in a relationship, we're single parents, but we need to condition the children to understand that one day, we desire to be in a relationship for ourselves because it'll make us more complete, and in the end, it'll make us happy parents, and if we're happy parents, we'll be better parents. And it will provide, it'll actually provide a good example for the kids to follow as they get into an age where they can have relationships. So I think that's very, 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 very important. You got to put a stop. There's certain things that the children can decide on, but there's also a way where you can limit them. And of course, you as the adult being responsible, you're going to be diligent, make sure you're screening people, doing background checks, making sure you're dating the right person, but we also have to be very mindful and make sure that we're not making the child our spouse. The child is our child. It's not our spouse. They're our princes and our princesses. They're not our kings and our queens. So we got to be very careful with that.
That is very true.
We got to clap it up for Don on that one. That was good perspective.
That's true. That's true.
I think the color shirt Don wore tonight just
Yeah.
went with the word.
Yeah.
Because PD had on burgundy.
Right.
So he have on burgundy.
Right.
The oil dripped.
It dripped.
Come on. And if
Remix.
come on. Luck one.
Well, that's a good question. I have no problem with a background check, but I wouldn't so focus on a background check. I'll focus on your past history of dating. who you have dated, because that determines what type of personality you have, and that determines what trigger points are, because sometimes you may say something or do something and that triggers an emotion out of them, not because they meant it, because you remind them of their past. If they could have had an abusive boyfriend, they could have an abusive relationship, and you could joking with them and say, I'm gonna hit you, and then that triggers some of them, that make them a reaction, not knowing that the last time they hear that, they actually got slapped or they actually got knocked out. So, you know, I've seen situations like that. Some women, even guys too, have trigger moments. So I like to say, know who you're dating before you get involved. Know the past. Also, another reason is as well, I don't want to be in the street, I'm going to hang out with you, and then your man come up running up at me asking who that is, because if he was dating some crazy guy. Even though I'm a nice guy, but I'm to be real. If you come up with me, something's going to go down. And I'm the type of dude, look, I'll say, you can have her. I'm not going to get killed over a woman, because my life is still important. But so I like to know exactly, because some women like thugs, some like it nice, some like professional, some like uneducated, some like educated, some like college universities, some like the hood. So I need to know all your type of dating guys. So in case we're somewhere, so if the hood brothers show up, I'm like, oh, that's the hood brother. So I'm not going to try to fight him. Because it happens a lot. And because if I know this, you used to date him, and then he come up with me and he acting up, I'm like, bruh, I didn't know y'all had something in common. But if I know that, then I would be ready to fight. But if not, I'm not promoting fight in church setting. But but I'm just saying, you have to know exactly what you're getting yourself involved into.
Wow.
Come on.
Listen, we can go all day,
For real.
all night, talking about this conversation, dating with children. It's a very broad conversation, just like mental health.
Oh, yes.
There is so many amazing things that we can all pick from this conversation. But you watching only know what you needed to hear.
That's right.
And look, me and the Stashi girl,
Brother,
I think we're gonna have to do a part 2.
we're gonna have to do a remix.
We're gonna have to
because-
talk about it.
Yeah, we are. I love to talk about it, because I like to hear different people's perspectives.
I mean, Lucky turned it up.
He did. Don.
Don preached the sermon.
Richard said, is she the popo?
Ellen Fitness went to the hood, and Joel just went to the streets.
Well, when we meet Joel, I'll let y'all know.
I mean, you know
'cause
what I'm
that's
talking about.
Joel, right?
You know, come on, y'all know Joel. They don't know Joel.
They don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Derby, you know, she kept
What?
it.
She need a passport.
Yeah, she kept it, you know, very.
Okay.
She said passport. Hey,
Tiffany.
she kept it cool like J.C. Penney's. You already know.
Oh, come on.
Come on. And you already know sis over there.
She don't play.
She don't play.
I didn't cuss. I made it through.
Come on.
Thank you, Becca.
See?
Thank you for not cursing.
But that's what I love about TKC Stasha.
I know that's right. We could just be who we are.
Yes, and we can still bring a powerful word that is life transformation. That is life. We can still speak a word.
Help us, Jesus.
Help us, Lord. I just got caught up with these lights.
Hey!
We can still speak a word that will help transform your life.
You got it.
It can.
Thank you, Lord.
I was still thinking about what Derby said earlier.
About which part?
The law and the man,
Okay.
they don't work together.
Okay, I know that's right.
She's going viral.
Tell it.
So listen, we want you guys to like, comment, subscribe.
Wait, could you say it with a little bit more life
Okay.
and action?
So listen,
Hey, guys.
we need y'all to like the page,
Comment,
follow the page,
share it,
subscribe to the YouTube page.
tell your mama, your auntie, your
Tell
uncle, your daddy.
everybody.
They need to see this. This was some real stuff. This was some cheese grits.
Listen,
Cheese grits be so good.
girl, that was
Pray for
Waffle
me.
House all the way.
Y'all hungry?
Yes. that was the chocolate chip waffle right there.
Oh, that's the one you like, brother?
That's the one I like. You know.
I mean celery nowadays.
Yeah. But we want to thank y'all for watching. Let's talk about it. Panel discussion, dating with the children. I'm Ramsey Rizard.
And I am Nastashi Lewis.
And don't
Remember,
to follow God
love people.
and change the city.
Boom.
Boom, boom.